Hi, this is George Veater. I hope you enjoy our 4th edition of the Veater Ranch Battle of the Best here in Coarse Gold, California. We're excited that we brought to you the 30 best bronc riders, along with 30 of the greatest bucking horse animals on the planet, matched up to exhibit how great this sport actually can be in this very unique setting. And we'd like to encourage you to look at VeaterRanch.com and become more involved through sponsorship. Please sit back and enjoy the show, and we'll see you next time.
The American cowboy, raised by the saddle, forged by the stewardships of the land that they have been trusted with. Lands that have imbued virtue of hard work, resilience, respect, and loyalty into the generations that have sacrificed and paved the way before them. Instilled with a deep love for their country and a profound respect for the animals they tend, these cowboys embody more than the heart of the West. They embody with them legacy.
Yeah, we ain't gonna stop till we get to the top. Where you sing till the bottom is gold, but the ceiling is not like they go. Yeah, we're never gonna stop.
Today at Veater Ranch, we witness more than a contest of skill. We celebrate a way of life that continues to shape sterling characters and strong leaders. As each cowboy competes in the battle of the best, they carry forward the spirit of those who rode before them, champions of both the arena and the values that define the best, including a reverence for the bucking horses that they share their journey with.
I've let it take control, cutting my teeth in. 'Cause when you know.
Set against the raw and untamed backdrop of Veater Ranch, here it's just cattle, bucking horses, and an atmosphere as rugged and as real as the cowboys themselves. As these 30 riders prepare to face off, each knows that today could be a defining moment in their careers. Amidst the most authentic conditions rodeo has to offer. With $50,000 of added money, Veater Financial Group and Chukchansi Gold Resort and Casino proudly presents to you the 4th installment of Battle of the Best.
It is the Battle of the Best presented by Veater Financial Group by Chukchansi Gold Resort and Casino. We started the Chukchansi Gold Resort and Casino bucking shoot with the #1 ranked Resistol Rookie of the Year. A young man named Zach Dallas burst on the scene last summer on his permit, and he opened the eyes of us all. But today is the day that you establish yourself as one of the best. If you truly want to be the champion, then you've got to lay it all on the line. 3 different stock contracting firms, the Flying U Rodeo Company, Corey and Lang out of Moses Lake, Washington, as well as Brookman Pro Rodeo out of Sydney, Montana. They have locked and loaded some of the best equine athletes in the world, and Dallas gets us started with a qualified ride. It is going to be 77 points, but the thing you must know is this. Every single one of these brackets that you are about to see, there will be 5 of them. It is the highest score out of each bracket that earns their way to the championship round. What does it take to set a world record? Logan Hay represents his family's last name, but Logan Hay is one of those once-in-a-lifetime talents that at any given moment can break records and change the game. Little Hawk from Rosser Rodeo and Flying U. Hall Ag Bucking Shoot is where the battle will ensue. As you watch the replay, you're going to see him drive those feet toes out, try to get above the points of the horse's shoulders, and then get drag going back to the cantle, lifting on that buck rein, keeping your side inside the swells. And Logan Hay does it the right way. How about we make the hay while the sun's still shining? 83 points, #1. Dawson Dom, Canadian finalist. Sierra Nevada Grill Incorporated, Coleman, Alberta Performance Horses, Buck and Shoot. Let's do it. Dawson Dom's head is on his chest. Why, you ask? You might have noticed at the start of that ride a yellow flag fly out of the pocket of one of our officials. That signified that he did not have his foot, his heel of his boot, above the horse's shoulder. It's basically giving the horse the advantage. In every single one of our rodeo events, the advantage always goes to the animal, whether it's the timed events when it's the barrier, or in the horse riding events where it's the mark out rule. You take the advantage away, you go to your D's, that's when you get disqualified. So no score for Dawson. Better luck on down the road. There's a lot of rodeo left before the National Finals Rodeo this coming December in Las Vegas. Lefty Marvel Holman ready to go to work. 2019 when he won Reno Rodeo, that's when he started to believe in himself. But now, we believe in you! With rides like that, you can earn the name King of California. As you watch this replay and you watch those white boots, I talk about the spurring motion. You talk about poetry in motion when done right. That was done absolutely right. And it was done to the tune of 86 points. So Lefty goes to number one in bracket number one, brought to you by Chukchansi Gold Resort and Casino. With one remaining, he is unassuming, but boy is he fun to watch. Utah's Alan Bohr. That is a two-time National Finals Rodeo selected bucker from Corey and Lang named Bay Wolf. And you might have just watched the wolf blow over the hen house. Alan Bohr said, I'm still here and I'm gonna be a part of this. Our three pro officials, three of the very best in the land. They have forgotten more about professional rodeo than most of us will ever know. Rocky Stiegel, Terry Carlin, and Casey Vollen. Half the score for the animal, half the score for the cowboy. He got close. He got close to number one, but it's going to be an 84-point score. All right, Lefty, what an incredible horse, but there's so much to having fun while you do what you do that helps everyone, no matter what they're doing, excel. Is that your secret to success?
Well, for me, winning is fun. So the more I could win, the more fun I'm going to have, Anthony.
All right, well, there's a lot of action going on behind us. So I'm going to have you reach into this. There are 5 championship round horse chips in this. You're going to be the first one to draw. So reach in there and pick one of them out. He is manifesting a horse. I can see it on his face. What do we got?
Horse I was 87 on in Salinas, California. Get Down Arenos, the one I wanted.
Get Down from the Flying U, Lefty Holman. That is going to be the matchup when we get to our championship round. Lefty Marvel Holman continues to be marvelous. We start with Axtell, Texas's Parker Fleet. Number 12 in the world, let's go. Blue Money's the horse. Wow. Blue Money from Flying U and Rosser Pro Rodeo. That is a horse that last year bucked off Brody Kress in this arena. An incredible animal athlete, part of Cotton U's Born to Buck program that has been alive and well and thriving. Let's go LG, Leighton Green, Millerville, Alberta. The Holman Hopper, money horse from Flying U Pro Rodeo. Right now we need a score on the board in section number 2. Get it done. Go ahead. My word, what a recovery. Leighton Green shows us why he has been to the National Finals Rodeo as many times as he has. 11-year career. He's won Pendleton, he's won Panoka, he's won Puyallup, Salinas, the California Rodeo. the Snake River Stampede in Nampa, Idaho, and he's hoping that he can notch another win here today. And with rides like that, you get scores like this, 85 points. And he skyrockets to the #1 spot in section number 2 and sets the pace. With 2 riders remaining, Ryder Sanford has become a force. Though he may not say much in his interviews, he says a lot with his riding. Let's speak again and speak loudly. That is a cowboy if I've ever seen one. The horse is all good, the cowboy's all good. He just got an extra jolt of adrenaline. He's used to wrestling gators, but today he got to wrestle Johnny Ringo from Brookman Pro Rodeo. My word. Wild and Western. Our officials, because that horse lost its footing at the end of that ride, they deem that the cowboy deserves another opportunity. But Ryder, you're going to have to tell us. His score was 87 points. His score was the highest marked ride of the entire day. I'm going to say he's going to hold on to it. Ryder Sanford, great job, brother. Talk about being rewarded for never giving up. Rode him all the way to the ground and back up again. That's old school cool cowboy stuff. So Ryder moves to the lead with 1 remaining. Chalice, Idaho sends us Cade Bruno. Let's do it and do it big. Come on, Bruno. My word, watch this replay. A horse that big, that strong, able to contort his body in so many different ways. The athleticism of these animals is mind-blowing. But Cade was able to go the distance. Cade was able to go to the distance, and he is going to show us an 81-point score. 81 for Cade Bruno. So section number 2 comes to a close, and it was wild and Western to say the least. How much toughness do they breed into you in Louisiana and growing up in the Bayou State and then learning from the DeMoss brothers and then coming to the pro rodeo world? Is toughness a part of being a bronc rider, or is it mental or physical more? Which one's more important?
I think it's something in the water.
Something in the water. It's a little murky down there. We're not going to get into what's in the water in Louisiana, but nonetheless, you're going to get to draw for your championship round horse. Is this the first time you've been to this event?
This is the second.
Second, and last year, how did it go?
I didn't even sniff a check.
You didn't even sniff a check. Well, you already won a round, and you got a chance to win it all, but it all comes down to what's in this bucket right here. That is the remaining horses that you were going to draw from. Don't try to look, try to look through the see-through. What? You got Monster from Corey and Lang. Do you know anything about this animal?
Oh, yeah, I've been on him a couple of times. I actually got on him at the finals, so real happy to have him.
Did it go well?
Oh, yeah.
Always goes well. You don't seem that confident, but I think you're going to be okay. Monster and the young gun, the Resist All Rookie of the Year, Ryder Sanford, will match up once again for a rematch opportunity in the championship round of the Battle of the Best.
Facing an obstacle that he hasn't had to face yet in his young career. Been so successful, so amazing, and I think the entire rodeo world is hurting with them right now.
Yeah, we ain't gonna stop till we get to the top.
He is right now on the front of those bucking chutes, helping his brothers get ready. He is an 8-time champion of the world. His hands are full, but I bet he can still tip his hat. Why don't you welcome Stetson Wright. All right, let's start it out. It is the man from Miami, Texas, currently number 4 in the world, Wyatt Casper. If you want to talk about a dream matchup, this could be it. Chukchansi Golden Resort Casino Shoot, California dreaming on a Saturday in Coors Gold. And the Flying U and Rosser Rodeo bucking horse shows off on this Saturday. When we talk about horses being selected at the National Finals Rodeo, why does that mean so much? Why is that so important? Wyatt Casper sets the bar in section number 3 with an 84-point ride. But will it be enough? Let me tell you a story what happened last September. Stetson Wright traveled to the Wing and Barrel Ranch in Sonoma, California. He rode at the Wing and Barrel Ranch in Sonoma, California aboard a young superstar of the Flying U. Reno Rosser told him, if you ride this horse, if you win this rodeo, you can name this horse. Kingsley's Delight after his beautiful daughter. But the coolest thing about this story, it's baby brother Statler that is aboard this horse on this Saturday in Coors Gold at the Battle of the Best. Let's make something happen. So Statler Ride, who is on his quest to qualify to his first National Finals rodeo, goes the distance aboard Kingsley's Delight. Currently number 3 in the world, continues to stack up wins. Today it's going to be an 80.5, for Statler. We will see if that will get him any money. That will not move him on to the championship round. Q Taylor, the man with the plan from Nanton, Alberta. It was a breakout season in 2023. Finished 18th in the world. In 2024, Beaver Trail of Brookman. What a horse, what a ride, what a cowboy. But I absolutely hate to tell Q that first jump out of the chute. Disqualified because of the markout rule. No score for Q Taylor. The Tularosa Twister, Ross Griffin. Come on, Griffin. Twist him, baby. Woof. Wowzers. Teardrop is aboard a horse from Corian Lang that has been selected not once but twice to the National Finals Rodeo. They just won Reading on this horse. That horse was in a gang. He would get another teardrop for killing the dreams of somebody wanting to win something today. My goodness, he slammed him. I bet that horse is in a gang. That horse woke up and chose violence. He didn't just set him to the ground, he put him to the ground. Right on his tuchus. No score for Griffin. It's going to be a great season this year for that young man. I feel it in my bones. One man remains in section number 3 from Deer Park, Florida. Parker Kemper. First time I had the opportunity to watch him was in Kissimmee, Florida at the Ram National Circuit Finals. A rodeo company whose legacy is strong. But today, Parker, it's your turn to be strong. This man's been there, done that, got the jacket and the buckles to prove it. Rude Roommate, a celebrated horse from the Brookmans. 4 generations strong. We welcome Tate Weifrid. He is in the house representing his family that started in the 1950s. If you live in Florida, a land filled with apex predators like sharks, gators, and wild hogs, you better be an apex predator yourself and fear nothing. There was no fear, there was just try when Parker nodded his head aboard Rude Roommate, and that try gets him all the way to where? Number 1, 86 points. The final man to go was able to get it done. Had to be better than an 84, and that's exactly what he did. How big was that moment for you, and how good do you feel right now?
Oh man, it's been a rough couple months for me. So that right there felt awesome.
All it takes is one ride to change all the momentum in the sport of rodeo. It's one of the hardest ways to make a living, in my opinion, because you only get one shot each time. It's 8 seconds, and you got to give it your all. But matching up with a horse like that from Brookman's, knowing the history of that family, coming from Florida, being a rodeo fan, had to be pretty special.
Oh, it absolutely is. Enjoying this California sunshine right here.
California sunshine, and we are going to let the sun shine because you are headed to the championship round. Draw your horse out of there, and then tell us what you got.
Yeti Rambler.
This is Logan Cook, Alto, Texas. Will start us out in section number 4. Shamrock is the Corian Lang horse. The young man who just won Red Bluff, California. The Red Bluff Roundup aboard the Flying U Bucker named Yeti Rambler. Just experienced his high mark of career. It is going to be a 79-point score to start us out. 79 for Logan, but nonetheless, he is stacking up checks throughout this season as we just prepare to get in to the western summer months of the pro rodeo season. You want to find out more? You want to keep up to date with the PRCA Extreme Bronx standings or the PRCA World standings, go to ProRodeo.com to find out more. But it was in 2022 that he walked out of this arena as the champ. Twilight Zone, make sure that you are in the zone. In a section where survival is key, Brody Cress not only survives, but he thrives in the Twilight Zone. And with that ride aboard Twilight Zone from Brookman, Brody Cress is going to go to number 1 with an 81.5 point score. Brody gets it done once again. Most of his wins the last 2 seasons have come from bronc matches just like this. He thrives under the pressure of matching up on the same day in the same place with the best bronc riders in the world. Brody Wells, send the line down to the well and pull up a win. What do you got to tell Brody Wells for that bronc ride? Ooh, that's some real deal stuff. Thunder. The horse brought the thunder, Brody brought the lightning, and together they bring a big score, 84.5 for Wells. And that will put Wells to the number 1 spot, eliminating Brody Cress from another title run in this arena. But nonetheless, every score earned in this arena is one hard earned. But here we go. Dawson Hay, Big Tipper's the name of the animal from Brookman Pro Rodeo. You see the 4th generation man in that teal colored shirt on the back of the chutes? That is Tate, the son of Dave and Kathy Weifrich. That is a man who represents his bloodline the same way that Dawson Hay represents his bloodline. His dad Roddy, his brother Logan, every single one of them rise in big moments as Lily and Honeybell cheer wildly, coaching from the sidelines. Kick, lift, pull. But now it goes into the hands of the officials. The ride started out so strong, and they are going to tell us 81 points for Dawson Hay. Is the 2-time world champion rider right? Flying U bucking horse, Good Time Nick. Fans, that is a young man that just about 5 minutes ago got thrown down in this arena. But it was the 5 minutes later, and what he did is why you should get loud for listen to this, a 91-point score. Ryder Wright and Good Time Nick from the Flying U team up for the high-marked ride of the day. 91 points. Leon found that a chance in 2022. Now he has another chance in 2024. Second opportunity, Lunatic Tunes from Brookman Pro Rodeo to finish out section number 4. So back to the action. That was unplanned action, but that's rodeo and that's saddle bronc riding for you. Leon Fountain. We'll get Jeff Shearer back in the arena, and Leon climbs over. Lunatic Tunes right now got to be better than a 91 to advance out of this section number 4. Hall Ag Bucking Chute is where the New Mexico talent. So Leon Fountain weathers the storm and gets a qualified score. Will it be enough to unseat the world champ Ryder Wright? It will not. 76 points for Fountain. Rookie of the Year, Riggin Smith. Winterset, Iowa. Oppenheimer Air, named after the great friend of the Flying U Ranch, Peter Oppenheimer. And this horse can get some air. Let's go, Riggin. Right up now, right up. Oppenheimer Air did his job. Riggin Smith did his job. When they set him to the ground, fans, do your job and tell him something. The Iowa native, home of world champion Wade Sundell and so many other greats like world champ Tim O'Connell and Regan Smith, gets it done in a big way for 84 points. And because of scheduling conflicts, there are actually only 2 riders in section number 5. So that 84 is guaranteed to get him a check, but it is not guaranteed to advance him, as Jake Finlay from Goodawindi, Australia, still has to go. As he resets on the horse that escaped from the buck and shoots, the big monster that is Sabre from Corian Lang. Big, strong bucker. After watching his horse get into the arena, Jake Finlay is going to watch back the Make Line production replay. Look at the timing of this horse. It was hard to pick up on the timing, but he never quits kicking. He never quits lifting. He never quits trying. But unfortunately, by 1 point, Jake Finlay will be number 2 with an 83-point score. So that means Regan Smith will advance out of section number 5. So Regan Smith and Ryder Wright in that championship round. 91 points. You have been throughout your career in just a 90-point machine. What does it take to be able to accomplish something like that in a place like this where there's so many great bronc riders and so many great horses?
Just keep your head clear, and it really helps when they run good horses like that underneath you.
Well, you always make the best out of every horse that's run underneath you. When you come back from kind of a scary ordeal, is it hard to compartmentalize what just happened and just focus on what's about to happen?
It always seems like it helps me a little bit. Pisses me off a little bit, so it seems to help out.
I never knew Wrights got mad. This is a new side of you. I like it. All right, so here's what we got. 2 more chips left for your championship round horse. Survey says you have Mojave. Mojave is the horse that you have. Best of luck in the championship round. Right or right? You've got Mojave. Now, Regan, you got Diamond Fever, brother. But let's talk about how much fun a day like today is, and how cool is it that the Veaters open up their place and put on a bronc riding match like this. Not every dollar counts towards the world standings. We talked about all your accomplishments. The one thing you've yet to do is qualify to the NFR, but this is a giant step in making that come to fruition.
Yeah, it's just a really good place where a lot of money's added at one time, and so you're not going to so many rodeos. I mean, we can't thank the Veaters enough for this. I mean, it's a blast. We have great fans, great crowd. It gets loud. It's fun. Good horses. Can't ask for nothing more.
Well, we can't wait to see you in the championship round. Best of luck, brother. It is time for the 2024 Veater Ranch Battle of the Best Championship Round. It's all brought to you by Veater Financial Group and our great partners at Chukchansi Gold Resort and Casino. But it's time to cash in big with the Veater Ranch Battle of the Best. We start with Winterset, Iowa's Regan Smith. Are you not entertained? The Corian Lang bucking horse Diamond Fever, 4-time selected to the National Finals Rodeo, and you just saw why. Regan Smith, that is a young man who is hungry to get this win here. That is a young man who desires to be in Las Vegas at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, and a win here could help him achieve his goal. And he is going to show us an 84.5-point ride to get it kicked off. If you want to be the king of California, then you better do something big right here. So the marvelous Lefty Holman gets it done. Why don't you tell the California King hello? Half the score is going to come from the animal, half the score is going to come from what Lefty just showed you. By a half a point, Lefty will move in to the number 2 spot, 86.5. 86.5, but he did what he could do. Fans, that is your cowboy. That is your man. That is a man who flies proudly the state of California's flag at the National Finals Rodeo. Parker Kemper has the dream horse named Yeti Rambler. They've won Red Bluff twice, won Reno Rodeo twice. NFR, let's do it today. So Yeti Rambler, the Flying U bucking horse who they've won this match on time and time again, is able to get the best of Parker at the start of that ride. Disqualified because of the mark out rule, so Parker Kemper is going to walk out of this arena with a round win and what every single one of you are going to give him. Ryder Sanford, Louisiana. Rematch aboard the horse named Monster. 4 trips to the national finals. You watched him do it there, now let's watch him do it here. Wow, that is a testament not to Sanford's ability, but a testament to that incredible animal. Fans, Ryder Sanford had a storybook season last year. He's writing a brand new story this year. His day ends with a buck off, but it will not end in silence. Tell Ryder Sanford that we're glad that he spent his Saturday with us. Mojave Moon from Corey and Lang. Another incredible animal athlete underneath the 2-time world champion. That is Ryder right, and it was worth the wait. The good-looking paint, Mojave Moon, was snapping, cracking, and giving him everything he could. But Ryder Wright gets it done and never misses a beat. Gotta be higher than an 84.5 to move into the number 1 spot. And he is going to do just that. 87 points. George and Tara Veater make their way in with a big time check. They make their way in with a champion spoils. But more than the money, more than the prizes, it is merely earning the title of being the best. Fans, one final time, make some noise for the Veater Ranch family and make some noise for your champion, saddle bronc rider, Ryder Wright.
It felt awesome. It always feels good to come out in this warm California weather and get on good bucking horses. The money these guys put up for us is awesome. You know, this is how we make a living. This is how I provide for my family. So for these guys to be generous like this and put up all this money, and especially when they bring all these good horses, it makes it that much easier to come out.